and chosen to be a part of the 16 Around the Ring. Sunday afternoon, 2 p.m. Mexico, Maine. Be there.
Lions match. Our first competitor, he hails from Providence, Rhode Island, and weighs in at 183 pounds, Scotty Slade! And his opponent, he is from Somers, Connecticut, and weighs in at 168 pounds, Nick Ferignheight!
All right, a Young Lions matchup here this week on NWA On Fire as Nick Ferignheight gets set to take on Scotty Slade. Nice gentlemanly handshake right there. And we are privileged to be joined by the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour, the Tower of Power, WWE Hall of Famer, Mr. USA Tony Atlas. Tony, welcome back to NWA On Fire.
Well, you know, the privilege is all man's. I've been sitting here, I'm just like Thomas Sapoli said, some of the greatest talent in the world out there never be recognized if it wasn't for NWA On Fire. I'm sitting here watching these young kids wrestle. It reminds me so much of my younger days. Tommy, you probably remember when I used to fly around the ring like that.
Oh, yeah, and I did many of your matches too, Tony.
Yes.
I was a little moving around myself a little bit. That's when I could do it, though.
That's right.
Oh, no.
You know, some of the greatest talent, I sit here and I watch some of these guys, and they got such heart, such determination, such willpower to make it to the top. And if you make it in NWA On Fire, you make it anywhere.
Also want to congratulate you, Tony, on your entrance into the world of book author. Too Much, Too Soon is a can't-put-down page-turner.
Yeah, it's a book talking about professional wrestling in the 70s and in the 80s, you know, when wrestling was wrestling. When wrestling all over the world was the way it was, is NWA On Fire. Not a lot of talking, not a lot of script writing, just guys get out there and give it 110% of what they knew how to do in that ring. And that's what NWA On Fire brings. And my book tried to explain some of it. So I hope the fans get my book, and I hope the fans tune in every week and watch NWA On Fire, the best of the best, because they have seen the rest.
And, of course, you can find out how to order Too Much Too Soon by this man right here, Mr. USA Tony Atlas, by visiting NWAOnFire.com. Oh, look at that. Nice reversal right there. Arm drag takedown by Slade.
You know, it's absolutely amazing the way these young men move around the ring. In my day, you know, we didn't do so many high-risk moves. You know, we did a lot of bar hug, a lot of headlock, and there was a few guys that did a lot of high-risk moves, like Jimmy Superfly Slicker, jump off the top rope. But here on NWA On Fire, just like every other guy come off that top rope, they're on the rope more than on the mat.
Figure four armbar applied, a nice arm wringer right there by Scotty Slade. I like this matchup, gentlemen, because you've got two evenly weighted gentlemen competing inside that squared circle. Very unpredictable as to what will happen.
Well, both of them, like I said, they're very hungry, and both of them want to reach the top. They all want to be where Robinson is at right now. They all want to be where the Golden Boy at. They want that title. And unfortunately, that goal only goes around the waist on one person at a time. So they have to work their way up the ladder in order to get a championship. Look at that. Oh, tremendous.
What a kick right there by Nick Ferignheight, turning up the heat.
Tremendous.
And only a count of one right there.
Yeah, you know, when I watch these kids move around the ring, it just makes me tired just watching them. It's amazing the athleticism and great physique.
That day.
Oh, there was a day when Tony could fly around that ring.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you, for my money, you've got the best coconut headbutt in the business off that top rope.
Well, my mom said I had a hard head, so I tried to put it to some good use. She said use your head for more than just a hat rack. So I went around button things.
Oh, look at that nice step over by Scotty Slade. Oh,
right
and
in the midsection.
Big boot right there.
Nice headlock takeover. Headlock takeover.
Some beautiful chain wrestling here this week by these two young guns.
Yeah, well, you know,
like I said, you know, NWA On Fire, everybody gets a shot. If you got a talent, you come and try out with NWA On Fire.
That's right. You have seen the rest. Now you're looking at the best. And these young men, like I said, you know, they're young, they're strong, they're in great shape, and they go out there giving 110% for the fans.
I mean, that move.
And right back to that headlock on Scotty Slade is Nick Ferignheight this time around.
The quickness of these young people is just amazing. They from one thing to another. He's really just cinching down on that headlock there. If he holds it, if he stays in there too long, he's going to cut off the circulation of the brain. He's going to black out. Look how he's putting the pressure on there.
Look at this.
Oh, almost a 3 count right there.
Very, very close. Very close.
Ferignheight, while putting the pressure on Slade, certainly has to pay attention to the referee's count.
That Slade, he's very, very ambitious. I watch him in matches in the past, and even if you put him in against a larger than him, he still holds it on.
Off that little rope he goes.
Ferignheight using the ropes to his advantage right there and hangs on to that headlock on Scotty Slade.
Well, it looked like Slade got to work on the way of getting out of the headlock. Because like I say, eventually, if you start getting a little lightheaded, somebody keeps squeezing on that artery in your neck. Oh, face first, just slammed it face first right into the mat.
Oh, what a clothesline elbow. Big elbow to the chest.
And it's getting a little heated in there. Oh, Bulldog and right down to the canvas, hooks the leg. Referee out of position there, but still managing a count of 2.
When you get clothesline land like that, it gets slammed to the mat. When you get up, you don't really know where you're at most of the time because it knock all the wind out of you.
You don't even know who you are.
Yeah, you're just getting up. You're just getting up just out of reaction. Look at that, right into the throat. Oh, nice drop kick.
Oh, look at this now. Whoa, Monkey flips him out of there.
I mean, look at that. He got the fans behind him, and he's feeling it. He's feeling it.
Yeah, he's in the groove.
He's feeling it, yeah. Nice duck over. Nice go for a suplex. No, oh!
Wow. Beautiful maneuver right there by Ferignheight. Referee down for 1-2.
You know, Tommy, in my day, I knew
that was just 2.
I knew the name of all the moves out there, but now these wrestlers now are so creative that they creating their own moves up. I got to see moves I've never seen in my day.
I've seen something
I never saw Hulk Hogan do that move. I never saw Stone Cold done that move. Nope. But at NWA On Fire, there's no telling what you're going to see.
Absolutely.
Up and over goes Ferignheight. Look out, rolls his man into the ropes. Oh, Slade using his brain right there. Up and over goes Slade. Look at this. Oh! Nice maneuver right there by Scotty Slade. Cinches him up. And a 1-2-3.
Scotty Slade.
Mr. USA Tony Atlas, thank you very much for joining us here on NWA On Fire.
And I'm
always great to see you.
NWA On Fire, baby. Yeah.
All right, Mr. USA Tony.
And of course, don't forget Too Much Too Soon by Mr. USA Tony Atlas. You'll find out everything this man went through from bottom to top, down to the bottom again, only to rise back up.
Buy that book.
Buy the book. Watch NWA On Fire.
You gotta buy that book.
Get the book. Watch NWA On Fire. All good stuff.
That's what I like to see.
Yeah, that's good sportsmanship. You don't see too much of that anymore.
No, you don't.
Yeah, good sportsmanship among wrestling is great. And the fans is eating up. They love it too.
The return of the classic match is up next, fans, as you will see in action the Invaders.
Wrestling fans, you want some good music? Then you want K-Gel. How do you get the good music from K-Gel? You visit their website or NWAOnFire.com.
And they will be The Invaders, number 2 and number 3, out against J.D. McSlade and Tyrus Bulba, the Mongolian. And Bulba, Slade make an imposing tag team combination. They'll be pitting their size and power against the tandem of the Invaders, number 2 and number 3, who certainly have the science and the speed. And joining me here at ringside once again, the editor of Main Event Magazine, along with numerous others, George Napolitano. And George, we were talking about these Invaders, and you mentioned 2 of the speediest wrestlers in the sport today.
That's right. Invader 2 and 3 are exceptional, but I wonder where Invader 1 is. When is he going to come back?
You know, that's they do switch around a little bit, and of course with 3 Samoans coming into the area, we mentioned that over about a year ago that the Invaders and the Samoans had locked horns before, and the best derived from it was a draw. So now instead of 4, there'll be 6. That could be an all-out war.
There'd be some match here, ICW, the Invaders and the Samoans, 6 men.
Certainly would. Tyrus Bulba is a pretty tough customer. He's almost as wide as he is tall, but a lot of power in that build.
You see, he is of Mongolian descent, isn't he?
Yes.
He reminds me of one of the Mongols from years back.
Yes, right. Yes, you're right. Absolutely.
Beppo and Guido.
Right, right. A little trivia, right, George? McSlade with an elbow drops Invader number 2. And look at him come up out of that bridge. Beautiful move. Makes the tag to number 3. 3 has more size than the other 2. I guess you might call him the anchor. The 1 and 2 can dazzle their opponents with footwork and the aerial maneuvers, and number 3 comes in more or less like the bull, the power, the structure. And
that's what you need for a good tag team. That's what you need.
Right, right.
And a combination of many different things.
They have proved to be a good team over the years. The 3, and here again, you know, we're talking about resurgence and about trends, and it seems like 3s, not so much 6-man tag team wrestling, but teams of 3s. Have been prevalent in wrestling in the last few years. The Freebirds is an example, right?
You might call them the trendsetters. I believe that they started the 6-man.
Right, right. I believe you're right. They've certainly made it more popular, I think, especially with the rock and rollers. So Invader with a nice move. Tyrus Bulba getting caught with that arm drag takedown, and Invader number 3 hooks the arm bar, makes the tag, and Tyrus Bulba in a bit of trouble. George, you've been doing a lot of traveling, you've mentioned recently, and of course you've seen all the top wrestlers around the country, and you know, Dory Funk, as you've talked about, certainly has to be figured of modern times, one of the very tops, former world champion, currently the Universal champion. But the crown doesn't rest easy on that head when there's men like Angelo Mosca, David Schultz, the Samoans we mentioned, Tommy Kim, all are going to be appearing in ICW land very shortly.
That's the problem a champion has. To be a good champion, he has to face many tough men.
It's a top gun, and there's always somebody there trying to shoot it out with him, right? Good move by Invader number 3. Look at him here with a hook and a roll. As he, a 2 count, and Bulba using his power and size. But you know, George, you can sit here and you'll watch a man like the Invader finesse a big man like Tyrus Bulba and realize what a talent that takes. And more so than just to stand there toe-to-toe and slug it out with him. To use his own size and weight against the man to
take him down.
Yes, yes, exactly. The Invader throwing a good forearms. Invader's back in the driver's seat, shoots his man in. JD caught with that elbow. And there's the tag. And number 2 has this great leap from that top rope, George.
Here we go, let's see it.
There, we're looking for it now. Look at him. Woo. Beautiful move. What more can I say? A 3 count. And with that flying dive, the Invaders put another tandem away, and they come up your winners.